Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina urges adoption of a united global strategy to tackle climate change and COVID-19. Obaidul Qadir opens 2 field hospitals for workers of Metro Rail project. Pragmatic leadership of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina enabled Bangladesh to lead most Asian countries in economic development during corona pandemic, says Information Minister Dr. Hassan Mahmood. 2 Japanese companies appointed consultants for Matarbari Seaport construction project. Saudi government to allow foreigners to perform Umrah pilgrimage from November 1, complying COVID-19 precautions. And Manchester United in last 16 of League Cup football, beating Luton 3-0. Assalamu alaikum. You're watching News at 10 on BTV, BTV World and BTV Chattogram Center. I am Nuzhat Sharmin welcoming you all. You just heard the headlines. Now we'll move on to news in details. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has called for a strong global partnership to achieve the common goals. The Prime Minister made the call while delivering a pre-recorded video message at the high-level virtual event Digital Cooperation Action Today for Future Generations held at the UN headquarters today. Sheikh Hasina said her government is set to transform Bangladesh into an advanced economy by 2041 and placed younger generations at the center of this transformative journey. In this regard, she pledged to establish digital academies and centers of excellence in every secondary school of the country by 2030, considering emerging job markets led by the fourth industrial revolution.
The COVID-19 pandemic has revealed the strength of digital services and also exposed the stark digital divide. Around half of the world's population do not have access to basic internet. We must close this gap. We envisioned a digital Bangladesh by 2021. Bangladesh has witnessed a boom in internet due to the government's push for digitalization. As we set to transform Bangladesh into an advanced economy by 2041, we wish to place our younger generation at the center of this transformative journey. Keeping this in mind, I would like to make the following pledges. Establish digital academy and centers of excellence in every secondary school.
Virus. More than 2.4 million people had already been moved from the destructive path of the storm without delivering them into the even greater danger of COVID-19. The Prime Minister said, but this is not a cry for help, it is a warning. Sheikh Hasina said, both the climate crisis and the pandemic are complex problems with many ramifications. The Prime Minister said the world cannot successfully tackle the climate challenge without significant action from everyone. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has witnessed a presentation on the development activities of the Jatiyo সংসদ Bhavan. Prime Minister's Press Secretary Ihsanul Karim said a PowerPoint presentation was made on various aspects of the development of Jatiyo সংসদ Bhavan at the Prime Minister's official residence at Ganabhavan this morning. Jatiyo সংসদ sources said there are 1,321 officials and employees at the Parliament Secretariat, but they are now facing accommodation problems in the present সংসদ Bhavan. In this context, presentation was made to utilize 52,097 square feet land of North Plaza of the সংসদ Bhavan for solving accommodation problem of the সংসদ staffers, the press secretary said. Besides, officials concerned made presentations about the Parliament's unconstructed infrastructures like hospitality building and community building, which were under the plan of its architect Louis I. Khan. During the time, the Prime Minister gave various directives to the authorities concerned for the development of the Jatiyo সংসদ Bhavan. Architecture ASM Aminur Rahman were present on the occasion, among others. President Mohammad Abdul Hamid urged the international organizations and developed countries to take steps so that every country can get corona vaccine. The president made the call when newly appointed Ambassador of Sweden, Alexandra Berg von Linde, Ambassador of Spain, Francisco de Assis Benetti Salas, and Ambassador of Norway, Espen Richter Svensson, presented their credentials to the president at Bongo Bhavan this afternoon. On arrival at Bongo Bhavan, the new envoys were given Guard of Honor separately by a contingent of President Guard Regiment. Welcoming the new envoys, President Mohammad Abdul Hamid said Bangladesh is keen to expand relation of trade and investment with Sweden, Spain and Norway. The president expressed hope that the relations of the respective countries with Bangladesh would be strengthened during their assignments in Bangladesh. About Rohingya issue, the president thanked the governments of Sweden, Spain and Norway for mounting pressure on Myanmar for peaceful repatriation of Rohingyas to their homeland. The president expressed hope that the cooperation of these countries would be continued in the days to come. In a briefing, President's Press Secretary Mohammad Zainal Abidin told that during the meeting, the new envoys of Spain, Sweden and Norway sought the President's cooperation to discharge their duties. President's Office Secretary Shampod Borua, Military Secretary Major General S.M. Shamimuzzaman, Foreign Secretary Masood bin Momen and Secretary attached to the President's Office Muhammad Wahidul Islam Khan were present. Later, newly appointed Chairman of Public Service Commission PSC Mohammad Sohrab Hussain paid a courtesy call on President Mohammad Abdul Hamid at Bongo Bhavan this evening. Later in a briefing, President's Press Secretary Mohammad Zainal Abidin told that during the meeting, the President congratulated the new PSC Chairman. The new PSC Chairman Sohrab Hussain sought the President's cooperation in discharging his duties. President Mohammad Abdul Hamid asked the chairman to ensure transparency and accountability in every stage of appointment process so that competent youths could be appointed in important posts of the government. The president expressed hope that PSC activities would get momentum during the tenure of new chairman in the days to come. During the meeting, secretaries concerned to the president were present. Newly appointed Ambassador of Germany to Bangladesh, Mohammad Mosharraf Hussain, paid a courtesy call on President Mohammad Abdul Hamid at Bongo Bhavan. The President said the relation of Bangladesh with Germany is very excellent. President Abdul Hamid asked the new envoy to work to expand trade and investment with Germany during his tenure. The newly appointed Bangladesh ambassador sought the President's cooperation in discharging his duties. During the meeting, President's Office Secretary Shampod Borua, Military Secretary Major General S.M. Shamimuzzaman and Secretary attached to the President's Office Muhammad Wahidul Islam Khan were present. Road Transport and Bridges Minister Obaidul Qadir has inaugurated 2 field hospitals to ensure health services for Metro Rail project employees during corona pandemic. 2 field hospitals have been set up at Metro Rail's Uttara and Gaptoli yard in the capital. The Awami League General Secretary opened these hospitals through video conference from his official residence today. Urging all concerned of the project to maintain health instructions, Obaidul Qadir said field hospitals will increase the morale of project staff and increase the speed of work.
করোনায় আক্রান্ত হলে নিজেদের জন্য চিকিৎসা ব্যবস্থা গড়ে তোলার অংশ হিসেবে নির্মাণ করা হয়েছে 2টি ফিল্ড হাসপাতাল। কোভিড ব্যবস্থাপনা আর আরও উন্নত করতে গাবতলী এবং উত্তরার পঞ্চবটি কনস্ট্রাকশন ইয়ার্ডে 2টি আইসোলেশন সেন্টার তথা ফিল্ড হাসপাতাল নির্মাণ করা হয়েছে। এ দুটি হাসপাতালে শয্যার সংখ্যা 24টি, নিয়োগ দেওয়া হয়েছে চিকিৎসক, নার্স, ওয়ার্ড বয়, টেকনিশিয়ান সহ প্রয়োজনীয় জনবল।
Roads and Highways Division Secretary Mohammad Nazrul Islam, DMTCL Managing Director MAN Siddiq and others were present. Information Minister Dr. Hassan Mahmood has said the economic growth of Bangladesh is in a better shape than that of almost all Asian countries despite the coronavirus pandemic. It has been possible due to the dynamic leadership of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, he added. The Information Minister said this while briefing journalists at the Secretariat today. Dr. Hassan Mahmood also spoke about the coronavirus situation and called upon all to remain alert and maintain health guidelines as the virus is yet to disappear from the country.
এডিবির আউটলুক আপডেট অনুযায়ী এবছরের যে অর্থনৈতিক চিত্র, বাংলাদেশের জিডিপি গ্রোথ রেট 2020 সালে 5.2, ভারতের -9, চীনের 1.8, কোরিয়ার -1, পাকিস্তানের -0.4, শ্রীলঙ্কার -5.5, মালয়েশিয়ার -5, মায়ানমারের 1.8, ফিলিপাইনের -7.3, সিঙ্গাপুরের -6.2, থাইল্যান্ডের -8, ভিয়েতনামের 1.8 +1.8, ইন্দোনেশিয়ার -1। অর্থাৎ এতে আমরা দেখতে পাচ্ছি যে এই সমস্ত দেশের মধ্যে বেশিরভাগ দেশের অর্থনৈতিক প্রবৃদ্ধি হচ্ছে মাইনাস, আর বাংলাদেশের অর্থনৈতিক প্রবৃদ্ধি 5.2। এটি সম্ভবপর হয়েছে মাননীয় প্রধানমন্ত্রী বঙ্গবন্ধু কন্যা জননেত্রী শেখ হাসিনার গতিশীল নেতৃত্বের কারণে এবং সময়োচিত পদক্ষেপের কারণে। করোনা না হলে আমাদের যে লক্ষ্যমাত্রা ছিল 8.5% বা 8.4%, সেটি করা সম্ভবপর হতো। বাংলাদেশে 6.5 মাসে অনাহারে একজন মানুষেরও মৃত্যু হয়নি। সমস্ত শঙ্কা আশঙ্কাকে ভুল প্রমাণিত করে, সবাইকে আশ্চর্য করে বাংলাদেশের অর্থনীতি চাকা শুধু সচল থেকেছে তা নয়, বাংলাদেশের অর্থনীতি ধাবমান গতিতেই এগিয়ে চলেছে। করোনা কখন যাবে সেটি আমরা কেউ জানি না, কেউ নিশ্চিতভাবে বলতে পারছে না। শীতকালে এটি বাড়ার আশঙ্কা অবশ্যই রয়েছে, যেটি বিশ্ব স্বাস্থ্য সংস্থাও বলেছে, মাননীয় প্রধানমন্ত্রী জনগণকে এ ব্যাপারে ওয়াকিবহাল করেছেন। আমরা যেন এই ধারণায় না ভুগি যে করোনা চলে গেছে। সেই জন্য স্বাস্থ্যবিধি আমাদের সবার মেনে চলা প্রয়োজন, এবং আমরা অতীতে বা শুরুতে যেরকম সতর্ক ছিলাম এখনো সেই একই সতর্কতা আমাদের অবলম্বন করতে হবে।
Two separate agreements appointing two Japanese companies as consultants of Matarbari Port Development Project were signed at a local hotel in the capital today. Chittagong Port Authority Project Director Zafar Alam and representative of Nippon Koei Naoki Kudo signed one agreement on behalf of their respective sides for engineering services. Project Director of Port Link Road part of the Matarbari Port Development Project, Mohammad Sadiqul Islam, and representative of Oriental Consultants Global Company Limited, Shunji Yoshihara, signed another agreement regarding Roads and Highway Department component of Matarbari Port Development Project. Planning Minister M.A. Mannan and State Minister for Shipping Khalid Mahmood Chaudhry virtually joined the ceremony. Shipping Secretary Mohammad Mesbauddin Chaudhry chaired the program, while senior officials from the government, JICA and Embassy of Japan were present on the occasion. "37 COVID-19 patients died in the last 24 hours in the country, increasing the death toll from the pandemic to 5,044. The recovery count rose to 2,62,953 after another 2,163 recovered during the period. A press release of the Directorate General of Health Services said today. It said the tally of infections has surged to 3,53,844, with 1,666 new cases being confirmed. Now international news. The US coronavirus death toll has passed 2 lakh and now new figure is 2,05,478. More than 7.9 million people are known to have been infected in the US, more than in any other country. The milestone comes amid an increase in cases in a number of states, including North Dakota and Utah. President Donald Trump said on Tuesday the new death toll was a horrible thing and claimed China should have stopped the virus. COVID-19 global death toll crosses 9,77,000 with more than 3,18,78,000 infected. On the other hand, more than 2,34,75,000 people have recovered so far. India, which is in the second spot on the list of nations worst hit by coronavirus, has now over 56,50,540 cases and 90,077 deaths. In Brazil, the total death toll from COVID-19 is 1,38,159, while 45,95,335 people were infected. Saudi Arabia will gradually resume the year-round Umrah pilgrimage from October 4, the Interior Ministry said yesterday, after it was suspended in March because of the coronavirus pandemic. The ministry said in the first stage, 6,000 citizens and residents within the kingdom will be allowed to perform the Umrah per day from October 4. Visitors from outside the kingdom will be permitted from November 1, when Umrah's capacity will be raised to 20,000 pilgrims per day, the ministry added. Now news on sports. Manchester United recorded their first win of the season, beating Luton by 3-0 in the Carabao Cup and reached to the last 16 round last night. Juan Mata, Marcus Rashford and Mason Greenwood scored 1 goal each for Manchester United. In the other matches, West Ham thrashed Hull City by 5-1 and Newport County beat Watford FC by 3-1 goals. To end the bulletin, headlines once again. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina urges adoption of united global strategy to tackle climate change and COVID-19. Obaidul Qadir opens 2 field hospitals for workers of Metro Rail project. Pragmatic leadership of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina enabled Bangladesh to lead most Asian countries in economic development during corona pandemic, says Information Minister Dr. Hassan Mahmood. 2 Japanese companies appointed consultants for Matarbari Seaport construction project. Saudi government to allow foreigners to perform Umrah pilgrimage from November 1, complying COVID-19 precautions. And Manchester United in last 16 of League Cup football, beating Luton 3-0. That's all from the newsroom for the moment. Thank you for staying with us, and we invite you.